celebrating Juneteenth, which of course is a celebration of freedom from that period of bondage. It is the beginning of an educational session because it is important that we know history and culture. Much of what has been taught has not been inclusive. And today we just reach out with the beginning of June to create this as a month of celebrating, a month of educating, a month of learning about the accomplishment and the achievements of African Americans that have benefited all of us here.
Juneteenth is the celebration of the enslavement of blacks from 1865 and through many of them that have come that never knew the knowledge of their freedom. And we are celebrating the whole month of June to educate and to inform them of what has happened. We celebrate not only the past, but even the future of Black Americans.
It is so good to look out and see all these wonderful faces. My name is Sadie Roberts Joseph, and you are here at none other than with New Brandon, Baton Rouge's African American History Museum. So to each of you, we say Happy Juneteenth. We're getting ready to start our program, and I'd like all of us to just get in the spirit of Juneteenth. We will get ready for the presentation of colors that will be done by Mentorship Academy under the leadership of Lieutenant Colonel Brandon. So let us focus our attention on Mentorship Academy as they do presentation of colors. So here we are today, at the beginning of June, at the beginning of that day when we look forward to celebrating Juneteenth. And our opinion here is that Juneteenth should be a national day of education, and that's why we're glad you're here today as we kick off our Juneteenth Education Month. We are so happy to have with us Apostle Lloyd Benson, Raise your hand, sir, please. It's over here. Whom you will hear as we get to the river. So, what we're going to do now, are there any special guests, any elected officials or appointed officials present?
Great to be here to celebrate Juneteenth month. And my good friend Sadie Roberts Joseph, thank you for saying I'm looking so young that you did not recognize me. You can get by saying that. But I'm so glad, and I came out here briefly before I have to move on to certainly commend the African American Museum here in Baton Rouge and Sadie Roberts Joseph for her visionary leadership in continuing with bringing history to life and educating not only the citizens of this parish but surrounding areas as well. History is vitally important. It helps us remember where we have come from, and it helps us in our progression on our life's journey. Juneteenth is certainly a significant part of our history as a state, as African Americans, and it was with Sadie Roberts' leadership that we were able to have Juneteenth recognized statewide here in the state of Louisiana, and I had the privilege of working with her in the legislature to make that a reality. I am so glad to see, as I bring my comments to a close, the diversity that exists here today, because history is something that each of us should know about everyone, right? And so many times we leave out history that is important to our young people, that is important to those of us who are not as young, but history is vitally important to our education as a community, and it helps us move forward. So I want to thank all of you all who took out the time to come and recognize the Juneteenth celebration, the recognition of Juneteenth as a month of celebration, and thank you so much, Sadie, for your visionary leadership.
Thank you, Mayor Broom. It is always, I'm proud to say that in 2003, Louisiana once again became a leader, because in 2003, when Senator Broom got the legislation done, there were only 13 states in the USA that had recognized Juneteenth as a holiday and or a special day of recognition. And we are so proud that today there are 46 states and the District of Columbia that have recognized Juneteenth as a special day of recognition. Our main goal is to have Juneteenth declared a national holiday so that it will be on the calendar, so that all people can recognize the contributions that were made by African Americans to the growth of this nation. And as you look behind me and as you look out among the column, you can see the 11 southern states that form the Confederate States of America. Oftentimes people say, well, it's that Texas thing. Well, you can see it was Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas. It was all 11 of us. And whatever happened impacts the whole nation. And so it is only important that as we learn, we teach, and as we teach, we learn. It is all American history. I will now ask Ms. Condoleezza Simeon if she will come and do a poetic expression. Once that is done, we will be raising 2 flags. As you look behind you, there is an American flag that was flown over the nation's capital years ago by Senator Mary Landrieu. And then the flag that's directly beneath it is the Juneteenth flag. And the one that's standing alone is the new African American flag. So we've got a rich history, and we just want to showcase who we are, what we have done, and say we're better together than we are apart. And now let's give Ms. Condoleezza Simeon a big round of applause.
Somewhere in the still of a lonely night, a mother raises her head towards the sky. And as she kneels down to pray, she wipes the tears from her eyes. Lord, I am not crying because I am a Negro. I am proud of my heritage from birth. But as I kneel in despair, this is my prayer. Not charity, Lord, just a chance on earth. Free to walk among men of all races with respect and dignity in our daily tasks. Not charity, Lord, just a chance is the only prayer that we ask. Bravely we have marched in the Civil War to set our people free. We have given our all to our country's call. Why has she given so little to me? With sweat and tears through the Olympic years, proudly we have worn her colors to fame. Not charity, Lord, just a chance is all we ask in your name. When the history of the world is rewritten, those who read it will tell at a glance that the Afro-Americans' plea, always to thee, was not charity, Lord, but just a chance.
Let me just say, Condoleezza is 13, and do you realize that she is an inventor? So she has done wonders in her 13 years of existence. Let's give her a big round of applause. We have copies of the Emancipation Proclamation, and we have copies of General Order Number 3 that are free for you to pick up and take with you. Those are the flags. The United States of America, the land of the free and the brave. Thanks to African American contribution that we are where we are today. And underneath is the Juneteenth flag with the big star in the middle representing the Star of Texas, and with the white around it representing all of the other states that will recognize the contributions and the sacrifices that were made. And then once the flag is totally raised, it will be lowered again in respect to what happened just recently in Virginia.
It is a day to reach out to those people who, I guess, are not aware of what it is and how it can benefit all of us. Not aware of the 11 southern states that pulled out of the Union. Not aware of Louisiana having 3 lieutenant governors who were black. Not aware of the fact that Louisiana had a black governor. Not aware of the fact that Louisianians were first in battle in the Civil War. Not aware of all of the civil rights movements that have gone on right here in Louisiana and in Baton Rouge. So this gives us an opportunity to reach out and to teach and to share history and culture.
Your reaction to everything you've seen and heard here today?
I'm always impressed, and as the mayor said, we have the diversity, and I like that because all of us have to learn of each other. I'm happy that Representative Smith has issued legislation to help create Juneteenth as a national holiday. I'm glad of what Senator Broome did back in 2003. So this just kind of gives me an opportunity to reflect on where we have come from and to realize where we need to go.
My reaction today to see the diversity that's among us out here today is to give me to understand for everyone else to know that everyone should know the history of what happened with us as Black Americans. And I think it's great for the educational for each one of our citizens that came out today.
How can people get more information?
The museum is here. We're 18 years old. We're located at 538 South Boulevard. And the phone number is 225-343-4431. So we're here. We'd like anybody to reach out for a tour, for information, in any way we can help with the growth of our city and state. We honor that.